to it. Okay, guys, good morning. So, Tuesday morning, first proper trading day of the week. I always like to let Monday just kind of do its thing. Money flow into the market. I kind of just, leave it. So, there we go. And then it kind of tells me what's going to happen for the rest of the week. Yeah, so I kind of just always just let the Monday do what it's going to do. So long term, we can see that Bitcoin is super strong, positive 3.5, USD minus 2.4. Gold is still stronger than the US dollar. Long term, medium term, the yen is super strong. The Great British pound is weak. Gold is still stronger than the US dollar. The US dollar is a minus 5.1. Short term, the New Zealand dollar is stronger. The yen is still stronger than the Great British pound. And gold is actually weaker than the US dollar. So obviously, long term moves to the upside. Short term moves to the downside on gold. So there is a potential for sells today. Maybe we'll see what happens in the US session. But let's see what we've got news-wise. So we've got core inflation rate for the CAD. Is this going to affect any of the trades that we're looking for? So we really look for NASD and gold. No, not really. We do see volume on the core inflation rate, but it's not really going to, make gold move like, I don't know, like 40, 50 pips in one direction or the other. You will see volume, but it's not really going to move it so much that it's going to be drastic. And then later we have FOMC minutes. So FOMC minutes is to do with the Fed, but the markets 90% of the time don't even move that much. So if we do get a trade before that, I'll be quite happy just to trade it and even potentially hold it up until FOMC. So nothing drastic with that. Don't let it put you off any trades. So the daily yesterday, so the thing here, guys, is that we've got a nice weekly level here, right? And fundamentals are short-term to the downside. Even though this is a very nice uptrend, I can see that we've got a lot of sell pressure here, a lot of buyer pressure here. This looks like this could today close pretty much like this. And this is only because we're at this level, only because the fundamentals are to the downside. We opened here, right? We could actually end up with a candle a little bit like this today on the daily. Something like that. So at the moment, it's here, right? We could potentially move down and then move back up, creating this candle here. So on the hourly time frame, only because fundamentals are to the downside, we have a potential double top. It could ride up, and then we see a sell during the US session to move all the way down here. If we don't, and we just break this level, and then this is invalid, but this is a potential setup with stop loss just above there. TP1 obviously here, TP2 obviously down here. You could go for a final TP there for a 7-1, but I'm just going to go for this one here. In fact, that zone is a little bit out. As you can see, look, was just a little bit out. That one's fine. So potential 3.72 to 1 on gold today. Looking for sales. Why? High impact level, potential double top. And also gold is a minus 4.9 to the USD, which is a minus 0.3. So let's have a look at the US 100, NASD, the one that I trade the most. So with NASD, on the daily, super bullish. Therefore, today we could go bullish. I was expecting sell pressure here. We did see that. Now we've moved to the upside. We have a level here, look. So we go from the bottom of this pin to the top of this one. That's our zone. It's only a 4-hour zone, though. Is there anywhere for TP on this? There is, look. So we've got this level here, look. So I'm going from the bottom of these pins to the top of this pin. That's my zone. In fact, I'm going to get that one in as well. So we can see here, look, buyer pressure, buy pressure, buy pressure, buy pressure, buy pressure there as well. This would be a nice level to set TP, sell pressure here. So buy pressure, it broke, sell pressure, move to the downside. Okay. So that is my level that I'm going to look for TP. Let's see if that. So it's just a little bit higher than what it is now. So it's a little bit tight to be fair, but it will be a decent trade if it can come down, touch this level, move all the way to the 16160 level. That'll be a decent trade today. For US 100 to carry on its bullishness. Let's go to the US 30. So the US 30 basically the same. We have a level of sell pressure here, which has been broken. We go from the top of this pin to the top of this one. This is our zone. That determines the thickness of the zone. Daily time frame, where will TP be? Again, we can see liquidation here. Top of there to the top of there, which is basically at previous high. So that's where TP will be. Again, pretty tight, but a very high possibility this will play out today. So we've got a few hours until the open. Hopefully it does touch this level, and then we see buyers coming to push this to the upside. Let's have a look at, because I know everyone's going to ask, Great Japan against US dollar. So Great Japan against US dollar yesterday literally did move down and then move up. You got an entry candle at 1400, so you would have been in. Stop loss would have been just below. You would be a little bit up at this moment in time. But if you didn't get that, no bother. Because as we can see here, previous sell pressure now becomes buy pressure. This will be the next trade. Where will TP be? Well, let's have a look, shall we? At this level here of liquidation. Boom. That depends if the Great British pound is still stronger than the US dollar. So, little move down to here. You'll probably get it in the US session today. I can't see it moving during London. And then move to the upside. So 1.25000 is the level you're wanting it to hit. And then move to the upside. Let's have a look at fundamentals. So fundamentals, British pound positive 2.1, USD minus 0.1. So fundamentals are very much to the upside on this. Euro USD, we didn't see that exhaustion, but we've broken that 4-hour level. So now that becomes our entry. Where will stop loss be? Just below this level here. So if you do see price move down into this level, we see buyers come back in. Fundamentally, the euro is a little bit weaker than the US dollar at this moment in time. Technically, let's have a look at the daily. Technically, we are moving up, so obviously fundamentals have to change. I'm not going to look for sells on this unless it breaks this level, because then we're going to make a lower low. So technically it's to the upside, fundamentally to the downside. So don't buy this unless fundamentals change and we get a bullish engulfing candle. Let's go to Great Japan against the yen. Okay, so Great Japan against the yen. We've moved all the way down to this level. There's no other sells here. Technically, I can't see any. The British pound is stronger than the yen now. Short term. Medium term, the Great British pound is weaker than the yen. So it just depends what's going to happen here. So we could, in fact... It's kind of slowed down here. We've got a double bottom here. There could be a long I don't really like buying a downtrend though. So at this moment in time, we are in a nice downtrend. Put that there. I mean, it's not great. We broke here temporarily, but it still isn't a downtrend. So with this one, it's really hard because it could just continue moving down, or we could see the move to the upside here. I don't really know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this to tell me what's going to happen at this moment in time. I don't think that there's a setup on this. There is a potential, and only a potential, long to the upside. Very, very slight potential. It's not a high probability trade, so I'm just going to leave it. Chances are we're just going to bounce between these levels for the next couple days. So we do have potential for sells here and buys here. But let's just let the market play out. It could just move up and then we get a buy here. It could absolutely tank and then we get another sell. At this moment in time, it's not great. We're just going to wait for the market to tell us what's going to happen. Bitcoin M. So there was a potential entry yesterday. It didn't move how I would like it to. The reason why is because I was expecting for an entry probably about here. I didn't like that we had an entry here. And for TP has to be previous high. We would be targeting more than the high and be like only like a 1-to-1 if we break. So I'm going to wait for a better setup. It has to touch the previous high. Thing is, I don't like to chance it to break the previous high. So what we're going to potentially see is something kind of like this. Right? Potentially something kind of like this, where we move up, move down for 2 days, and then we move to the upside. There's previous sell pressure here, buy pressure. There's previous sell pressure here. We do have a zone here. So there is a potential move to the upside here to actually continue or even break this level. So it's going to be a little bit wonky. It's going to potentially consolidate for a few hours or even the whole of today and then finally move up. So that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. It's not going to be a great trade, but there is a potential to hold this up until the 38,600, something like that. But we're only going to target previous high for now. What's in the chat room? One sec. EU did great, but didn't come back like you wanted it. Yeah, EU did. Moved up fantastic, just didn't come back. So there is a nice level here. We could touch this level. So the Great Plan against USD, Great Plan against USD. Pretty much did move perfect. You would have got an entry at 1400 and then move to the upside. But again, if you missed it, not a bad thing. Just literally look for this setup. Bullish engulfing candle. Fundamentals have to be to the upside. And then place your trade. And then go from there. So that's it, guys. That is everything. You know what's happening fundamentally. You know what's happening in the news. And you know what I'm going to be looking for on gold. I think that gold has a very good potential to look for sales today. I think that this is a high probability setup. I've seen this kind of pattern before many times. So, yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Want me to go through any charts or anything like that? Revive me, Jake. Can't revive you, bro. Can't do that. Honestly, if you are... So TNS, you're 2K away from blowing your account. Honestly, I would just take a break. Go over why you've got to this point. And then try and, come up with rules in order to stop it from happening again. Because the only thing in trading that you have to do is just review your performance and make the less mistakes as humanly possible. That's the only way that you become a profitable, good trader. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. because you can grow from it and learn from it. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. I know it's early on a Tuesday. Archie, F. Veza, Hakeem, Hambo, IBVZ, Imran, iPhone, Jupiter, Madass, MW, Paul, S, TNS, and Umar. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Thank you, Hambo. See you later, guys. I'll upload this and I shall see you later on. Take care. Bye-bye.